Hey, and welcome to Local Mortgage Insider Podcast. And today we are speaking with Gabe Bodner. He is a reverse mortgage specialist in the Boulder, Colorado area. So, hey, Gabe, how's it going today?
Great, Tom. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity. Doing great. How
And
about
all
yourself?
in all, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. So, what we're going to talk about today are the top three items that are misunderstood about reverse mortgages. So we're going to have you kind of tell us about that because I know there is a lot of misunderstandings about what people think and don't think about a reverse mortgage. So, how about what is the number one thing that you think that people misunderstand about a reverse mortgage?
Yeah, Tom, I think you're absolutely right. There's unfortunately a lot of misunderstandings about reverse mortgages, and with the regulatory changes over the last, 5, 6 years, they've become a much better and safer program than they used to be. But to your question, I think the number one reason or misunderstanding with reverse mortgages, the most common number one reason is that people think the bank owns the house. Truthfully, that is far from the truth. When you do a reverse mortgage, you still own the house. You still have title to the house, and you can still pass the house on to the heirs, or your children, or whoever you'd like to pass the house on to. So that is the number one largest misconception with reverse mortgages. So as far as ownership and title, none of that changes when you go from a traditional mortgage to a reverse mortgage, Tom.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know because I know a lot of people think that they're giving up ownership, and that absolutely is not the case. And just like you said, they can still leave it to their heirs and all that kind of stuff if they do happen to pass away or whatever the case may be there, or you can still sell it down the
Right.
road.
That's right. Exactly right. So none of that changes with the reverse mortgage. You still retain all of those rights and options with the reverse mortgage. And again, as you said very well, Tom, you retain the option to be able to sell the house someday. So just because you do a reverse mortgage does not mean that you have to live in the house for the rest of your life. If something happens, if something changes, you can sell the house, pay the reverse mortgage off, or simply pay the reverse mortgage off without selling the house.
Right,
Um,
right.
so, yeah.
Okay. And then I know the second item that I've always heard is that, and this may have been true in the past. You can tell us what's happening with it now. Is that they're expensive to do a reverse mortgage? Tell us what the story is with that right now.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. I get a lot of clients that believe that reverse mortgages are expensive, and it's not true. The reality is, the short answer is yes, they are more expensive in regards to the upfront costs than a traditional mortgage. 100%, they are more expensive than a traditional mortgage in regards to the upfront cost. However, in most cases, many cases, if not most cases, the homeowner can roll those upfront costs into the loan so they don't have to come out of pocket with any money at all, where they're utilizing a portion of their equity to cover the cost of originating the reverse mortgage. So, in fact, if they're not coming out of pocket with any money at all, it's really not costing them a penny out of cash. They're using equity, which is otherwise illiquid. The second piece of that I think is relatively important is that if a reverse mortgage costs, 10, 15, $20,000 in upfront costs, yes, that might be an upfront cost, but you have to compare it to what the benefits are, right? So if you are giving up a mortgage payment for the rest of your life, what would that normally cost you, right? So if you had $1,000 a month mortgage payment today that you no longer have to make, you could be saving $12,000 a year, when in fact that 30-year fixed rate mortgage that's so low of an interest rate, 3.5, 3.75%, whatever it is, that could still be costing you 50, 60, $100,000, which again is more expensive than a reverse mortgage in the end. So just a different way of looking at things, Tom. I really think that's ultimately the way I see it is it's all about perspective.
Right. It's my understanding, I mean, you go for one thing, just like you said, you go from having a mortgage payment to not having a mortgage payment. And then even in some cases, you can be getting money back on a monthly basis or in a lump sum. So, that's a big difference than money going out. You've got money coming in one way or the other. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct, and very well said. The ways in which you can borrow or extract equity from your home, we've got many different ways. But like you said, it can be a monthly payment that you're receiving from the lender. It can be a line of credit. It could be a lump sum or a combination of all that. So, not to get into the weeds, but to your point, instead of spending money every month on a mortgage payment, if you're receiving money every month from the lender, it's a huge uh, change in cash flow, which at the end of the day, reverse mortgages are designed for seniors 62 years of age and older to be able to stay in their homes and age in place, convert a portion of their equity to usable cash to improve cash flow during retirement. And that's exactly what it does.
Okay, great, great. So we covered two big misunderstandings, and the third misunderstanding, which I've heard a lot of, is that to get into a reverse mortgage, that you have to own your home free and clear, that you can't have any kind of owe any money on it or anything like that. Is that true?
No, you're right, Tom. It's another misunderstanding or a misconception. You do not need to own your home free and clear to qualify for a reverse mortgage. Again, you have to have a significant amount of equity in your home, okay? But you do not need to own your home free and clear. If you have a traditional mortgage, what I call a forward mortgage on your home, where again, you're making mortgage payments to the lender every month, what we'll do based on your equity position and based on your age and all of that, we will pay off that loan, pay off that mortgage. So that goes away where you're no longer obligated to make a mortgage payment and replace that with the reverse mortgage, which truly is a payment optional mortgage, which again, you can make payments on a reverse mortgage. There's no penalty to ever make payments, but you're not required to, which is the beauty about the reverse mortgage. So yes, to your point, Tom, major misconception that you do not need to own your home free and clear. You can have a traditional mortgage on it or a home equity line of credit, but we do need to pay that off as part of the reverse mortgage process.
Great, great. Well, Gabe, like I said, you covered the three biggest misconceptions that I know of anyway. So if people have questions, there's always, it's different for each person. When you're getting a mortgage of any kind or a reverse mortgage, especially for seniors, and I know you want to take care of the seniors and do the best you can. If somebody has a question, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
Yeah, Tom, thank you for that. As you said, every situation is different. So you can go online and you can look at the different, generic rules about reverse mortgages and how much equity you can access and how much of this and loan to value. But the reality is every situation is different. The best thing to do is just give me a call. You can call me anytime. My direct number, I'll tell you, is 720-600-4870. And you can call me anytime, a complimentary consultation, be happy to chat with you and tell you for your specific situation, what options are available to you that'll best help you to accomplish your goals with the reverse mortgage. So I really appreciate the opportunity, Tom. And as you said, I am here to help serve our seniors and help them live a better quality of life in retirement. At the end of the day, I absolutely believe that the reverse mortgage is a great, safe program to help seniors live a better quality of life in retirement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you giving us your knowledge and expertise on the subject. And thank you for being on Local Mortgage Insider. And thanks everybody out there for watching. And we will see you next time.